Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dylan Silver, and today on the show we have a tax strategist, real estate investor, coach, who is also a leader in the Grid Investor Women's Network, and she's based out of the DMV on the East Coast, Isabel Uribe. Isabel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dylan. Thank you for having me.
How far are you from DC?
I am about 20 minutes out in a town called Reston, Virginia.
Okay, so pretty darn close. I've had family who've lived out there, and I'm from northern New Jersey, but I'm in Dallas now. One of the things that I notice about the DC area in general is there's a distinct culture when you're out there that's different than anywhere else that I've been, because you have so many people involved in government, right? And so in New Jersey, we had this kind of East Coast culture, a lot of, I would say, for lack of a better word, materialism. I'm here in Texas, so we've got our like cowboy culture down here, and Tejano culture, and then DMV, that's a whole other area. And actually, you've got 3 states that make up that area, so it's an interesting area to be in. How long have you been out there?
15 years.
Okay, so you really like it out there. You've been there quite some long time, so you must enjoy it.
Yeah, it's been long. Yes, I love it. Yeah.
I want to ask you about tax strategy. Just hop right in here, because one of the things that I didn't realize I would learn when I hopped into real estate was how much I was really overpaying when I was a W-2. I don't know how many tens of thousands of dollars I overpaid by just not declaring any, tax write-offs that I could have, that I really could have. I was running, small, I wouldn't say businesses would be, official term, but I was doing other things to make money. I just never made it official, and I lost out on so much in deductions because I never went that route. So when I got into the real estate space was when I had my eyes open to, wow, I'm going to be now working for myself. I've got to really understand this whole tax thing.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
It is crazy. You're right. I believe that not only W-2s, but I mean, I've been a real estate agent for a long time. And one of the things that I noticed when I went into investing itself is that I had been paying so much for taxes and my income taxes when I was a real estate agent only. I believe that this information is, I mean, it's publicly, it's there all the time, and we just don't know. So one of the things, the most interesting things that I found in real estate investment is that the U.S. government is, I mean, is prompting people to invest in real estate, to invest in general, but specifically in real estate. So real estate investors have a lot of opportunities to write off taxes, to defer taxes, and basically to pay very little taxes. Even if you're a W-2 and you want to start doing something in real estate, is definitely the right way to go, because if you're a W-2 and you don't have anything, you're not investing in real estate, you're definitely overpaying a lot.
How did you get into the tax strategy space? You mentioned before hopping on here that you were looking at it for yourself.
So yeah, that's what happened. The first year that I did relatively well in real estate investment, I got hit with a huge tax bill. And I was like, oh my God, how do people do this? And I knew in the back of my head that uh, millionaires, and you always hear in the news that millionaires and people who have a lot of money and the 1% don't pay taxes. And I was like, how come they don't pay taxes and I paid this much? So I decided to learn and to understand how the tax code worked. And it was for my own benefit at the beginning. And I found it fascinating. So I started, taking courses with CPAs, taking like the courses for like the CE, for their CE credits. And then at some point I understood everything. And the point is that I understood that is taxes are there to help you build wealth. It's not the other way around. And so that was like a mind blown for me, because like, I've always thought that taxes were there to take, not to give you.
Yeah.
So that blew my mind. And since then, I started advising people. I mean, I used it obviously for my own business, but I started advising people, and it has been great because people don't know anything about this.
One of the things, Isabel, that I've seen now from hosting this podcast and then also from being active in real estate is that a CPA or, a lot of the big names that people might know of to do taxes, they're not there to save you money on your taxes. They're
Oh
they're
yeah,
there to make sure that you don't get in trouble. And if
yeah.
anything, they'll have you overpay. But there's so many other ways. I've had enrolled agents on this show, which I'm sure you're familiar with. I've had people that are involved in tax law, attorneys, and they've told me like a CPA is not there to save you money on your taxes. So I'm thinking about when I did my taxes with some of the big name brick and mortar places, and then have gone to CPAs in the past, and I just think, man, I wish I had this information then, but at least I'm glad I've got it now.
So I believe that CPAs are great because they're there to keep you out of trouble, and that's their job, and they do it well. But the way I see it is that they're not there to make you build wealth. The Now with the knowledge that I have, it's not only about uh, keeping you out of trouble or making you save money in taxes. It's about building wealth, having properties that are cash flowing. And one of the byproducts of that is that if you do it well, you're not going to pay taxes.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
So,
Yeah.
but they don't, I mean, I it has been very difficult to me to find a CPA that understands this. So, yeah, they're there to keep you safe, and thank God for them. But they're I don't think they're the
They're
risk
not there to
takers
save
in
you money
this.
on taxes. And you know, I understand it because their training is geared towards keeping books, right? So your CPA, certified public accountant, is there to do bookkeeping, and sometimes they'll, you know, you might go to a CPA who might give you some advice as far as ways that you could improve some of your financial systems, even to where you're saving money in the business. You might have a strategy related CPA, but very rarely will you have a CPA that will help you with tax strategy. And so you really have to seek out, you know, the Isabel Uribes in your area in order to do this. I do want to pivot a bit here, Isabel, and ask you about how the reception was when you started telling people, you know, what you were involved with. Were they skeptical? Did they already know about it? What were people saying?
It's the other way around. They have been loving it because I think because nobody explains this. They're like, oh my God, can I know more? So even when I'm in spaces where not real estate related, when there are W-2s, or I'm taking a course about how to build this and how to sell it online, and they are like, oh my God, can you please tell me more? I think like I said, I think these strategies have been historically available for like high earners all the time. And the fact that I'm making them available for anybody, I think it's been great. It's been very well. I mean, it's been welcome for sure because everybody wants to know more about it.
100%. I mean, some of the things that I've heard about, I'm not a tax strategist at all. I'm not an enrolled agent, certainly no attorney. But some of the things that I've heard people do are, mini cost segregation so that they can, write off the depreciation of their property, or even, if they're living and using it as a office space in some capacity, which most people are, then you can write off part of the living space. And then there's so many things that people don't think about. And I'm sure this is on a micro level, like this is probably very basic, and you may say, well, everyone can do that. But just running like Mile IQ on your phone to write off your miles, right? And that's something that most people, when they're going out to a business meeting or when they're meeting, clients, when you're starting out, you may not even think to do that, but you could literally be saving yourself thousands of dollars every year, potentially tens of thousands of dollars by doing small, tricks like that.
Or yes, or simple things like putting your family in your board. Like you never think about that, but if you do, and you go, you take them for a trip, and you talk about business with them on the trip, you can write that off. So there are like many different things. That's very basic, but they are, specific that is not specifically to real estate. Of course, you can use it with real estate, but things like, well, if you're renting your basement, well, that's a short-term rental. So it can be treated as a short-term rental. So you're gonna have all the treatment that the tax code gives to short-term rentals, which, by the way, is the best strategy like around right now.
Yeah.
To your own house. So what happens is that at least a third of your property is going to be treated as a short-term rental, and you should be setting it up as a short-term rental because it offsets so many benefits and at least in taxes. So it's going to save you. I mean, it's going to save you money on your income, even if you're a W-2.
So who is the best case use of this? You mentioned renting out, I believe you mentioned a basement. So is this, for younger people who have, are house hacking, that type of thing?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Of course, if you're hacking, this is something that you should be looking at. I mean, not only should be looking at, if you're setting it up in the correct way, it's something that you're missing out if you're not paying attention to. But I mean, if you're older and you are a W-2, I think, I mean, and you're paying. I mean, I've seen people who have been paying, I don't know, $300,000 in taxes, and a year. So that's a lot of money. So if you have a short-term rental or two short-term rentals, you can be offsetting your W-2. I mean, there's many rules around it, but you can be offsetting your income. I mean, the money that you're getting, the income, the tax that you're paying for that money, towards your W-2, and you're ended up not paying all that. I mean, maybe little or not that much on your own income. So I think that's fascinating.
Yeah, the W-2 thing, Isabel, it pains me to even think about it. I don't want to think about it, but it's tens of thousands of dollars that I just never even thought about at the time. I just figured, oh, well, this was taken out of my check like everybody does. I want to pivot here and ask you about the course that you're working on. You mentioned before hopping on here that you do have a course that you are working on and promoting. How did that come about, and how can people become a part of that?
So what happened is that after I got, all this knowledge for myself, I started talking to some friends that are very, they're high income people, and I started advising them. So I've been advising them on how to, set up their I mean, organize the whole life, towards like LLCs and trusts and all this kind of things. And after that, they have been referring me to like all their friends, but I've been charging them a lot for that. But then I started thinking, well, this information should be available for everybody, not only for these high earners, because that's how historically has been. Only the people who have a lot of money have access to this kind of strategies. And I said, well, but it shouldn't be like that, because the tax code is not written for that. The tax code is written for everybody who take advantage of real estate. That's how the Rockefellers, the DuPonts, all these people made their fortunes. So it has been there forever. But we don't know. So I decided to start a course and make these strategies available for anybody who wants to listen, because I think they are going to be saving people thousands and thousands of dollars.
Is the course available now, or does it have a release date?
Yes. I mean, yes, we're going to start in August. I mean, in August, we're already promoting it. I already have people signed up, and yeah, we're going to start at the beginning of August.
Is it online? Is it in person? How are people able to join? Very cool. So anywhere in the U.S., people, or maybe even outside, they could hop on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
So, and
cool.
actually it's been a kind of, a lot of people are interested, and thank God I'm having a lot of people jumping in and they're going to take the course because they're interested. So I'm super excited about that.
Mostly real estate people, or is it a fair mix of all?
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, so obviously I have a lot of real estate people because it's the world where I live, and I know a lot of people there, but it's a fair mix. A lot of people who have business, or even like real estate agents. Real estate agents are earning income tax like a W-2 person is, so they could be benefited from all this as well. So real estate agents, real estate investors, but I also have people that are like doctors, dentists. I have two people who are coming from the tech world that are, that work for tech companies. So it's not I mean, it's not specific. That's the idea, that for it not to be designed on specifically for real estate investors, because this is something that anybody can benefit from.
Sure. I mean, truly, anybody can. Before I was in the real estate space, I worked for Nissan, and just missed opportunity for me to save on some taxes. But we are coming up on time here, Isabel. Where can folks go to learn more about the course, maybe to reach out to you if they have questions?
So they can follow me on Instagram. I'll be happy to meet them there. It's my handle is Isabel, Isabel, and then UE. And then you can also jump on my website. It's the keepitallmethod.com. The program is called Keep It All. It's for specifically to keep all your money. So the website is keepitallmethod.com.
Isabel, thank you so much for coming on the show here and for talking about a little bit of tax strategy here today.
Thank you, Dylan, for having me. This has been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.